Hello mga kababayan, welcome to my channel. Welcome to Laruan ni Obi-Wan. So from Marvel Legends, we have the Legacy Collection. This is the re-release of the Black Panther, the Vibranium suit. So let's take a look at the figure. For those of you who are interested in taking a look at the packaging material or the box, so let's do a quick 360 of the box material. And of course, since this is a re-release, we have the Legacy Collection on the upper left corner of the packaging material. Let us examine the contents of our purchase. So we have the action figure, an alternate set of hands, and the mask. I had the first edition of the Vibranium Black Panther action figure, but somehow it did not stay long in my collection. So I'm quite familiar with that figure, how the head sculpt looks and feels, how the body is colored, and other things. So actually, I like this version better. Why did I trade it off? Actually, it was because of the vibranium energy effect on the body, which somehow when you watch the movie, the vibrancy of the color isn't compared to the one on scene. Actually, this version of the vibranium effect is much closer to the one that we had on the movie, especially the Black Panther versus Killmonger fight scene. So that's the first thing that made me sell off that figure or trade off that figure, because of the too bright paint thing on the body. Plus, the back portion of the body somehow had missed paint marks, unlike this version wherein it is actually nicely painted even to the back, even if we have less of a paint job on the thighs. But with the copy that I had before, it was not painted on this section over here, so possibly a QC issue. So that was the reason why I also sold it. So going back to another reason that I traded it off actually was the head sculpt. Though it shared the same likeness as the late Chad Boseman, however, when you take a really close look at it for quite some time, you would really see that there are some imperfections as to the facial features. So I could note that the on the first edition, actually the eyes on the figure were quite bulging, but with this edition, the Legacy Collection edition of the Vibranium Black Panther suit, actually I know that this head sculpt is new, so the mold is new, so I could see that the eyes are more in proportion to the rest of the face. And as to the cheekbones, the length of the jawline, etc., I know that this is a new head sculpt. Plus, I really love how they painted this head sculpt well. So if you're looking for an action figure or a Black Panther action figure with a Chad Boseman head sculpt, this is the perfect set. Let us do a 360 view of the action figure so we could take a look at the fine details that are painted or are on this action figure. Actually, this is a nicely done action figure this time around. So this re-release really nicely painted. So that's just the difference. It's the paint job and the new head sculpt. So let's take a closer look at the action figure. So when I say closer look, it's going to be really up close and personal. So you could take a look at the head sculpt this time. So all of the details on the body of the figure, on the arms. So as you could see, there is just like the first version, there is texturing, and this time around with regards to the brightness of the paint, done just right. So details on the forearms, that is the thing that is quite subdued in this copy. It's going to be the silver markings on the suit because they are not as vibrant as the first edition. So the color, the purple color and the silver color are really subdued on this suit. So let's take a look at the leg area. Now on the boot, so you could take a closer look at really the fine details that are on this figure. So if there is any more difference, just point it out. But with regards to the silver paint on the shin area, that is more pronounced compared to the one that is on the forearm, but nothing that you could really not fix. So if you have really nice markers or permanent markers that you could use, the really good stuff, then you could repaint or retouch those silver paint, especially on this part of the suit where you need that it is more pronounced, and on the necklace area. So somehow this is more gun metal in color, not really vibrant as compared to this 2016 version wherein that is really silver. So comparatively speaking, this is brighter, that is more subdued in color. So let's take a look at the alternative handset that came with this figure. So those are details for the palm or the face of the palm, and let's take a look at the claws. So the claws are nicely painted, really perfect actually. So let's take a look at the other one. So this time around, both of these hands, actually the claws are nicely painted and detailed. So this time let's take a look at the mask. So the difference actually with regards to the first edition, comparatively speaking, would just be where they painted the purple or the violet on the mask or helmet of this Black Panther. So the only big difference too would be the eye sockets are also painted purple or violet. So somehow that is kind of a throw off, but nothing that could be fixed if you have a white paint marker around. Just an idea of how this Black Panther figure would look with white painted eyes, but I guess I still have to tone the white eyes to somehow a little bit something close to this. So later I'm just going to rub the eye sockets a little bit on the sides to take off the white paint so I could achieve something like this. So given the chance to design my own Black Panther figure, this is going to be my version. So the legacy body with the 2016 head sculpt. So all of the vibranium effects is just going to be on the body of the figure, and I would just like to have a plain Black Panther head sculpt. So let's take a little bit of look at this costume that I have, and let's bring in the 2016 body with the legacy edition Chad Boseman head sculpt. So still looks good. So I have now two versions of the Black Panther. So I have a masked and I have a unmasked version. So if you like this video, like, comment, and subscribe. And see you on the next action figure review.